is this true that you were in something called Clovers and Company?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Clovers and Company.
Clovers and Company is a 4-H performing group, and we toured like all over Georgia.
Explain 4-H for people that don't know what 4-H is.
4-H is it deals. I think what are the 4 H's? It's like hands, heart, head, and
honeys. I don't know.
And honeybees. I don't know. I forget. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassing the organization. But yeah, I belonged to it whenever I was younger, and I did poultry judging, and I also performed in the performance group.
So I don't even know how to say that.
How do you do poultry judging?
Yes.
Well, you pick up the chickens, you judge the chickens, but you also can judge the eggs, like too. It's been a really long time, but I don't know how I landed on the poultry.
And you would sing with the chicken?
Yeah, totally. Like I would get on stage and sing with the chicken. No, but it was like, you could tell like a prized chicken from a not so prized chicken.
Is it the feathers or?
And you could also do the male and the female, and they'd ask you all sorts of questions, and you'd have to hold the chicken up and look at it, and then based on that, like you would either win your group or not. And I really still don't know like why they put me with chickens.
And like even before that, you were a model?
Yeah. Well, I started like, I came out of the womb like knowing exactly.
With a tiara?
With a crown. Like that.
You waved to the doctors as you came out?
My parents were so annoyed. No, I came out like, it was like I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be a performer, or even more specific, I just wanted to be creative. I wanted to be in the arts. And then I saw Funny Girl. My Nana was a singer. And so they put me in dance lessons. I was 3 years old when I started dance lessons, and then 4 when I started gymnastics. And I saw Barbra Streisand and Funny Girl, and it changed my life. And I was really obsessed with old movies. I mean, anything from Sound of Music to, Disney movies that were musicals. And it's all I wanted to do. I mean, I would get everyone in the neighborhood to come over, and I would get them. I would choreograph something, and I would be like the director too. And they must have hated me. All the things that I would make them do. I would write out like dialogue from my favorite movies and assign people characters, and we would act out scenes. And then when I was like 7 years old, I got an agent and started going out for like print and modeling, and also my parents put me in pageants.
So if they had a TLC, you would have been on it back in the day.
Oh my God. Honestly, so Jillian Rose Reed, okay, so she comes over to my house the other night, and she walks in, and I'm in there, and I forgot to turn my TV off because I was like, before Jilly gets here, like nobody can know that I'm watching this. And I was watching Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Like, I'm a grown adult. And Jillian walks in and she looks over at my TV and she was like, Nikki, really? And I was like, I can't help it. Like, I don't know. It wasn't like that when I was younger. I don't know if I just didn't have any friends in pageants, or if my parents just sheltered me, but it was kind of, for me, more about getting to perform and doing pageants where I got to sing and dance and they had a talent competition. That's what I wanted to do, and it actually landed me an agent. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you get there.
And then you moved on to Mickey Mouse Club?
Yeah, and then I did modeling, I did commercials, I did some kids' movies, and then went to LA when I was like 11 for a talent competition, and they were like, you should move out here, and my family was like, that's not happening. And they were like, well, they're going to be holding auditions for Mickey Mouse Club in like a year, so you should tell your agent to look out for it. And all I did that entire year was prepare for my audition for Mickey Mouse Club. And sure enough, in a year they had auditions, and yeah.
And then you get on the show and Justin Timberlake tells you what's cool.
Yeah.
He's making $1 billion. And you're like, $1 billion? No one has. This is ridiculous.
He was always cool, even back then. He always had like the coolest, new pair of Jordans, Air Jordans, and whatever was hip. And meanwhile, I was like, in my Umbros and like duck head shorts and like so uncool. Yeah, he was cool even back then.
Yeah, I was probably wearing Bugle Boy back in the day. And Massimo before it was in Target.
Yeah, before it was in Target.
I love my Massimo shirts.
But isn't that crazy how you're like, I remember when that was like, the thing.
Here's the thing that I heard the other day, and I thought it was awesome. They say you're old when they say 10 years ago and you think of the 90s.
Yeah. Or you're listening to classic rock station. So I was driving to Vegas this weekend, and Under the Bridge, Red Hot Chili Peppers' Under the Bridge came on, and I was like, this is my jam! And then I saw it was on the classic rock station. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm old. Like, this is classic rock. It's unbelievable, right?
I know. And then you think of movies being really old, and it's like from 1999, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was like really a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's reversed.